Yes. Yes. Yeah. Perth was good for me. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect, but Perth was good. Australia did good. That was a good crown jewel that we just had. So, first of all, let's go back a little bit from showdown between NXT and TNA. More on TNA later. Uh, looks like the girls represented. The women represented. The women of NXT represented. They did their job. Defeated Team TNA. Did their thing. The men, well, I mean, the men, they were doing their job until Trick Williams decided to pull one final trick on NXT and abandon the team. Now I can't really blame them. I can't blame them on that. I mean, it's who knew that was going to happen. But I mean, his name literally is Trick Williams. So it, nobody, neither side can really claim domination on the other. I mean, what are you gonna say? Our girls are better. NXT can't say that. Our girls are better. It sounds dumb. Okay, and the men at TNA can't say, "Oh, we dominated." Well, you dominated because one person switched sides, so you can't really uh claim domination. So it's neither can claim total domination. So that's how Showdown went. But it looks like there's going to be an adult, like big stage, uh, Survivor Series War Games between Raw and SmackDown with, I think, Rhea, Io, Charlotte, and Alexa on one side, and Becky Lynch, uh, Kyrie Sane, Asuka, Lash Legend, and Nia Jax on the other side, with AJ Lee being on the same side as uh, the first side. But it looks like there's going to be adults table war games going on. I mean, before it was TNA and NXT, and that was great. That was great. Hey, I like that. I could have survived off that. But it looks like it's going to be a big stage war games in the future. And of course, I'm going for Becky Lynch's side. I have to. I have to. She chose to side with Rhea. She chose to side with AJ Lee and the betrayer, Io. Nothing against Charlotte. I'm not against Alexa Bliss. I just, I gotta choose a side. And I choose to side with Asuka and Kyrie and Nia Jax. Forced to side with Lash Legend too, which may present a problem with infighting. So I don't know. I don't know. There may be a problem there. But yeah, there's that. But that was past stuff and possible future stuff to talk about. Then we get to Perth. Ah, Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. Rollins wins. I'm a little concerned though. Yeah, Rollins did win, and I'm glad. I went for Seth Rollins. He needed that win. He really needed that win, which makes me think about what would have happened if he didn't win. Would would Braun and Bronson have to put in extra work? Would have ousted Rollins from the vision? You would have taken the visionary out of the vision? What would have happened if he lost? That's what I'm concerned about because Braun and Bronson was listening to him. They were going to act on Paul Heyman's behalf, not on Seth's behalf, who's supposed to be leading this whole vision thing. They were going to act on Paul Heyman's behalf, which means they listen to Paul Heyman, which means they would be willing to listen to Paul Heyman over Seth. And that concerns me. That right there concerns me. Yeah, he won today. But what about the future when he doesn't win? When things don't go Paul's way? Is he going to jump ship and take the crew with him? I don't know. But today we're winners. Rollins beat Rhodes. Good job. Good job. And I mean, yeah, okay, Rhea and Io beat the Kabuki Warriors, Kyrie and Asuka. Yeah, sure, okay. We don't need to go over old stuff. We don't need to go over old stuff. It's old news. What we do need to talk about is the fact that they're calling the team Rio. I don't call the team Rio, and there's a reason for that. And I think Io in the future is going to find out that reason because Rhea is a betrayer. She is. She's a betrayer. She's going to find out real soon that Asuka has her problems. Kyrie sees it. She got her problems, but she's not wrong about Rhea. Rhea's not family. Rhea's not even a real friend. Rhea only gets along with other betrayers. Damian Priest, Io Sky, who betrayed the family. Other betrayers. She only gets along with other betrayers because that's what she is herself. And sooner or later, she's going to betray Io. Sure. She says all the time how much she respects Io and her skills, but I'm telling you, Rhea's going to betray her. She's going to betray that girl. And then Io's going to want to crawl back to her actual family. I don't know if they're going to be ready for you. I don't know. But hey, that happens. Also, in Perth, yeah, I'm glad they brought him back to Perth, man. I was so hurt. I was hurt on behalf of Bronson Reed when they didn't bring him to Australia the first time. They brought Rhea and didn't take Bronson Reed. He was hurt over that. And I was hurt on his behalf. But they brought him this time and he showed out against Roman freaking Reigns. Yeah, there were some interruptions. But there were interruptions on both sides. Usos was in the match just like Braun and Bronson was in the match. Hey, it was interruptions on both sides. Who came out the winner is what matters. And he don't want to see the Usos till Christmas for a reason. Oh my gosh, Jay. You go too far. You go too far, Jay. And you cost him the match. Bronson's still the winner, though. Bronson's still the winner. I'm so happy for him. Hey, the Australian natives, they won. They won. They made their place proud. Matter of fact, I'm glad they didn't even sing the national anthem for America. It's Australia. They are under no obligation to do that, okay? I'm glad they didn't. Australia showed out for their people. Bronson Reed won. Rhea won. Good. I'm very happy for Bronson Reed. Good job, man. You did your job. Hey, Braun did too with that spear. I like that. I like to see that. Whew. And I mean, I guess I have to talk about how they're still pushing Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer beats Tiffany Stratton, yet another person that's actually better than Stephanie Vaquer. But hey, she won the day, so I guess congrats to the new winner in Saudi Arabia. Congrats, the new winner of that belt, Stephanie Vaquer. Good for her, I guess. It's whatever. It's whatever. Stratton's still better, but you know, she won the day. So go her. Then we got possibly the match of the night. John Cena versus AJ Styles. I mean, Finishers City. I, there was so many finishers that happened in that night. Oh my goodness, I'm surprised that AJ Styles kicked out of so many of them. It's crazy. So many shout outs to the past, down to AJ Styles get up, all the finishers that got put on each other, the announcements. I love that. Face that runs the place. TNA. Mr. TNA, AJ Styles, that announcer did a great job. I know that had to feel good. I was hyped just listening to it. That was nice. But ultimately, John Cena won out. Uh, the WWE versus TNA. John Cena represented his side well, and I'm pretty sure TNA is proud of AJ, but it just wasn't his night, and that's just what it is. But man, a tombstone pile driver, sweet chin music to Cena, vintage Orton from John Cena, a pedigree attempt, a 619 attempt. Well, like, what the heck? A guy that big attempting a 619? No wonder it was an attempt. That's crazy. A sister Abigail kissing everything to AJ Styles. A, a walls of Jericho, and they said it. They said it. They said Jericho by name. I'm glad they did that. They didn't say what the actual move was. They called it a walls of Jericho. That's what I'm talking about. Say his name now. Don't be ashamed of it. Okay, say his name. He's important. Jericho. Yeah, he's at the other promotion, but that's still, at the end of the day, it's still Chris Jericho. Say it. Oh, a Miz shout out with a skull crushing finale. That's a lot of moves to kick out of. That's a lot of moves. But ultimately, John Cena won that. Congrats to John Cena on his way out, leaving on a high note. Good for him. Then we look towards the future. We got to look towards the future. There was a meeting between Omos and Obafemi. Yeah, there's respect between both the Nigerians. There's some camaraderie between two dominant forces in the business. Two brothers having a handshake, but it didn't end in a handshake. A clothesline by Omos. And Oba didn't appreciate that part. He says, in the very near future, you're going to have to meet me face to face, and I look forward to that match. I look forward to the revival of Omos's career. Why not? Don't waste the guy. That's a lot of potential that y'all wasting. This is a good rivalry. I like this. This could produce something great. And I want redemption for Obafemi. He lost his belt, but hey, it's not the end for him. He could still reach superstardom with this rivalry over Omos, and I look forward to that. But more stuff in the future. It looks like in the very near future is going to be Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu. Just in time for the holidays. After all, like I've been saying, Drew McIntyre is a monster slayer. He is a monster slayer. It could happen at any time. And a good monster to slay is a Samoan werewolf. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if that's going to happen. Because Jacob Fatu, that's a tall order. It's a tall order, and ain't no dominating that guy. You can barely keep him down. So Drew McIntyre is going to have to pull out all the stops. I'm not even sure if it's going to come down to any kind of interference. The referee's not going to be a factor. Heck, the referee might get knocked out in the collision of them two really intense forces going against each other. That's going to be a good match. I don't know who to go for on that. I want to go for Drew, but hey, Jacob is a lot. He is a lot to face one-on-one. So I don't know. I don't know, man. And then after their win, the Wyatt Six win over the Street Profits, great match, by the way. The Street Profits put on another great show. But after the Wyatt 6 won that, the NFTs came out. They came out and they stared down the Wyatt 6. Oh, it looks like it's going to be a rivalry. Team versus team. Wyatt 6 versus NFTs. They came out and they wore paint and everything. But of course, we got some uncultured people screaming Danhausen and stuff like that. But whatever. The people who know. Family versus family. It looks like it's going to be a good rivalry cooking up. I'm hyped for it. Hey, I'm going for the NFTs. You know who I go for. I go for a Solo Sikoa. He stepped to Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross got in his face, and he just wanted to send the message. We see you, and we might be coming for them titles too. This might be a family matter. I'm hyped for that, man. I'm hyped for that. I'm hyped for the future. I'm hyped for Monday. I'm hyped for Monday. You know Seth is gonna rampage through that. You know he's gonna be talking some smack. A lot of celebrating is gonna be going around, and we're gearing up for another War Games. So I'm hyped. I'm hyped for the Kabuki Warriors to attack again. I don't think it's over, but I'm hyped for it. I'm hyped for the future. Always cooking up. WWE has been on a great tear lately. It's been doing great. So hyped, man. I'm hyped for the future.